Translating the following, writing chemical equations practice. Sodium metal reacts with chlorine gas to produce sodium chloride. The first thing that we want to do is look at our two reactants, which is sodium metal and chlorine gas. So sodium metal we know is obviously a metal, and the symbol for sodium is Na, and that's how we're going to leave it. With the metals, you just leave them alone. Chlorine gas we know is a diatomic, so we're going to represent that as Cl2. Now that is a diatomic, it is a molecule to itself. Don't do anything else to it. That's how we represent chlorine gas. Now we have our two reactants. Now we need our product, sodium chloride. In this situation, I just want to write the ions for each one of these. So the sodium ion is going to be Na+1. The chlorine ion is going to be Cl-1. Note here, and this is really, really important, this is a chlorine ion. This is not diatomic chlorine gas. Just write the symbol and the charge. So we know that this is +1 and -1. So the formula here is going to be NaCl. So when we write the reaction here, we're going to write our two reactants first. So sodium metal, that's Na, reacts with, that's a plus sign, chlorine gas, that is Cl2. To produce, we know that is an arrow. And then finally sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Let's look at the next example. Potassium chlorate decomposes into potassium chloride and oxygen gas. So let's start with our first reactant, potassium chlorate. So that we know that the positive ion here is going to be potassium, so that's K+1. Remember, with all of your ions, you must have a charge. If you just put K, I'm going to mark it wrong, and also K by itself is an atom. It's an ion if it has a charge. The chlorate ion comes from table E. That is going to be Cl3-1. The formula here is KClO3, as the +1 and -1 cancel each other out. The next part of this is potassium chloride. Again, the positive ion is going to be K+1. Chloride is just the chlorine ion, so Cl-1. So we put these two together, we get KCl, because the +1 and the -1 are going to cancel each other out. And then finally, oxygen gas, we know that we represent this as O2, diatomic oxygen. It does not have a charge, it is a neutral compound. So now we're going to write the reaction. Potassium chlorate, that's KClO3, decomposes, that's an arrow, into potassium chloride, that's KCl, and oxygen gas, so plus O2. And again, like I stated before in class, please do not worry about the different numbers of oxygens on the reactant side and the product side. We will figure that out tomorrow in class. Now I want you to try. So on the bottom of your paper, it should read, cadmium reacts with hydrogen chloride to produce cadmium chloride and hydrogen gas. Use the method that we just did with the two previous questions. Try it out and hand it in to the homework bin when you're done. Thanks a lot.